Unigamer.
Worried about the limitation of outside activities due to the coronavirus? We got you covered. 2020 has been a crazy year. Despite all the challenges the world has faced, the world of gaming has definitely emerged as a beacon of hope. The year has allowed us to experience some of the most exciting games in a while, and there's definitely fun stuff waiting ahead of us. So let's dig in. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. When we first got to know that Animal Crossing's latest edition was not going to be released in 2019, it was definitely a bummer. But it is always a positive sign to know that studios are putting in the work to get their releases polished rather than releasing buggy games. This latest Nintendo Switch offering comes off as an exciting new entry, and our initial experience with the game has been truly amazing. The Animal Crossing games of the past were some of the most fun games to experience on consoles, so having a drop like this after such a long wait definitely feels like a treat. This year's edition features some exciting new additions, including a brand new crafting system along with extensive character customization abilities. One of our favorite parts about the game is the customized, location-based weather system that really personalizes the whole experience. From our experience with the game, console gamers are certainly in for a treat with this latest release in the Animal Crossing family. The release date of Animal Crossing is March 20th, and it's available on Nintendo Switch.
You can't be here.
Doom Eternal. Expectations were really low when Doom was announced in 2016, but this game managed to surpass our expectations, turning out to be one of the most exciting releases of the year. And thanks to the refreshing experience with Doom, the hype for Doom Eternal was definitely higher than ever. And we've got to say, from our limited playthrough and general experience, the game looks like it's going to be a complete stunner.
Warning, the Slayer has entered the facility.
The game doubles on everything that made Doom games great. Yes, that's right. That means more guns, bigger levels, more action, and overall kick-ass experience. The game made a great impression in our first playthrough.
Warning, Slayer threat level at maximum.
The game promises to deliver upon the best of the franchise with a number of new demons and interesting additions. If you are a fan of the 2016 Doom, you should definitely be on the lookout for this release. Doom Eternal's release date is on March 20th, and it's available on PS4, PC, Xbox, and Stadia. The Last of Us, Part 2.
I think we should go out like Eugene. From a stroke?
Riding upon the wave of expectations stemming from its previous iteration, The Last of Us Part 2 successfully delivers a great follow-up to its Part 1 predecessor. Naughty Dog's latest offering promises to be one of the most exciting PS4 exclusives of the year with the story moving forward. We are optimistic that it's going to be a riveting experience. The story of the game picks up years after our protagonists escape from the facility. Even though Ellie is temporarily safe from the perils of the outside world, those perils definitely exist to be challenged and defeated. With new dangers and challenges awaiting, the game promises to be a must-play experience coming from a legendary studio. The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be released on May 29th and will be available on PS4.
Spores in there. Masks on. Got it.
Remember, I don't want to
have to shit you in the face. Oh, that's so sweet.
Nobu, come!
Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was hands down one of the most exciting announcements in the past year. Coming from a legendary studio, the game offers an exciting rendition on the adventures of a swordsman fighting for survival. Although we are always for the presence of games across as many platforms as possible, Ghost of Tsushima is going to be a PS4 exclusive, offering an exciting new prospect for Sony lovers. Everything we've seen so far offers an exciting insight into the game with unique elements drawn from some of the best games in the past. In our experience, the game offered an interesting reality-based take on the era, and the gameplay seems exciting. The elements we've seen so far paint an exciting picture, and we can't wait to experience this game when it formally comes out. It's always great to see promising single-player games coming forward, and the trend definitely doesn't seem to be fading anytime soon. Ghost of Tsushima is expected to be released on June 26th and will be available on PS4. Cyberpunk 2077.
This way.
Any gaming list from 2020 is definitely incomplete without having Cyberpunk 2077.
No Pacifica well.
Nah. You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
Coming from arguably the best gaming studio in the world, the game comes with the expectations of millions of excited fans around the world. Riding on years of anticipation and tons of legendary Keanu moments, it wouldn't be unfair to call Cyberpunk 2077 one of the most anticipated games in recent years. The game promises to offer one of the best RPG experiences in a long time. With a Blade Runner-esque vibe, Cyberpunk 2077 definitely tops off the list of the games we are excited to experience. Even though we are skeptical about the delivery of games with this much hype, CD Projekt Red has proven to be one of the best studios in the world for a reason, and we are definitely excited to experience their latest masterpiece in the form of Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 will be released on September 17th and will be available on PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
What the hell?
Could fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gear.
It literally feels like forever waiting for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this time around the expectations are higher than ever before. Square Enix has definitely proved that they are up for the challenge by embracing the goal of transforming one of the biggest JRPGs ever. The goal this time around is to extend and recreate a much larger game from a small part of the original canon content. Even though it is a risk from the studio, we are excited to see what the results will be. Going by everything that the studio has shared so far, it seems like we are definitely in for a treat. To build up excitement for the game, the studio has released a ton of promotional content that's worth checking out as well. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be released on April 10th and will be available on PS4.
That's that. Let's go.
Gods and Monsters. When the creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey tease a game, we listen. The game was one of the highlighting announcements in E3 2019.
When heroes need help,
Getting to know more about the content and gameplay had us expecting a game similar to Zelda in its visual aesthetics and overall gameplay.
when gods need help, they turn to you.
Gods and Monsters was initially expected to be released on February 25th, but will now be released later this year. Half-Life Alyx. If someone told us a while ago that we were going to get a Half-Life game, we would tell them not to play with our emotions. But lo and behold, Half-Life Alyx is here. Yet, in a twist, the game is a VR title. Even though it might be a bit of a hurdle for most PC gamers to embrace a VR title due to the high requirements, the game offers an exciting storyline and promising gameplay. The story lets us explore the role of Alyx Vance as the protagonist on her journey to rescue her father from the Combine. The timeline of the story is between the first game and the second, which allows Valve a major time slot to convey a fresh story. Even though we cannot delve deep into the details because of the active review embargo from Valve, we definitely had a positive experience. Half-Life Alyx will be released on March 23rd and is available on PC and VR.
Alex, how's it looking up there?
It's good, Dad. Metrocop movement is normal. Same for the Combine patrols. How's it going in the stockyard?
One Combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never going to miss it. Here, see for yourself.
Marvel's Avengers.
Stay down. Help is on the way.
With the rapid explosion of Marvel characters in pop culture over the past decade, the characters have become some of the most beloved icons in entertainment. Hearing about this release last year definitely sent the global gaming sphere into a buzz, raising potential discussions about the characters and choices made by Square Enix. Initially, we were skeptical about how the game was going to turn out, given the fact that the character casting choices were a point of debate. However, we can honestly say that the game is a positive step forward with tons of intriguing aspects that make it exciting for players to experience.
Incoming!
And to add to the allure of the game, the publishing studio has expressed the intent to continuously evolve and update the content cache, which means constant updates and expansions, making it one of the more compelling games of the year.
My turn.
Marvel's Avengers is expected to be released on September 4th and will be available on PS4, Xbox, PC, and Google Stadia.
It's not over, Stark.
Hey, get back here!
Just got confirmation. A SHIELD convoy was hijacked this morning.
This from one of Fury's morning briefs I never read? Come on, Tony, those are important. Okay, whatever.
Halo Infinite.
This is Kilo Actual. Cortana, do you read me? I heard you need a pickup?
Cortana to Kilo Actual. Perfect timing. We're all done here and ready for dust-off.
Halo Infinite is definitely near the top of the list of games that has us asking 1,000 questions.
Affirmative, Kilo Actual. I'll scan for new...
But one thing's for sure, like millions of avid gamers, we cannot wait to know more about this promising release from 343 Industries.
Looks like a fortification of some kind, but it has...
Finding out that the game was being released on Xbox Scarlet made for additional hype for this game.
Okay, new LC.
The game is expected to start things fresh with a soft reboot.
You do not want to be here when it does.
Being the first next-gen release, Halo Infinite promises to be one of the most exciting releases in the year.
For evac in 3 minutes.
We don't have much information on the exact release date yet, but the studio has teased the idea of it coming out this holiday season.
Just go straight up here. We've got a better shooting those banshees off.
Halo Infinite is expected to be released within 2020 and will be available on PC and Xbox Scarlet.
Hoorah!
Whoa, banshees! Look out!
Banshees
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more great content.